Welcome back into AT&T Stadium for the final game, Game 7-7 of the Offense-Defense All-American Bowl. We've reached the end here.
It's definitely been a long day out here at AT&T Stadium.
We came into the stadium before the sun was even up, and we're going to leave when the sun is down. This matchup is going to be between the Lions and the Ravens.
Definitely should be an interesting one out here, considering that last game. That was a dandy.
Yes, indeed, it was a dandy. As the Lions are starting with possession.
Let's see what they can do here. Maybe snag some early momentum.
Their quarterback will be number 53, Michael Kowalski. Never mind, no, it will not. He will be the running back. He'll go out and block for the actual quarterback who takes it himself up to the 30, looks to be the 35, 36 yard line. There is some dirty laundry out on the field after that run is over in the area of holding, and that's exactly what it will be.
Even though it was a short run, it's still a run wiped out by penalty nonetheless.
And
So,
you can't do that.
no,
You had a
absolutely not.
nice QB run, about 6 yards, set the tone. You're already more than halfway there to the first down marker, and now you got to go all the way back and then some.
Just very unfortunate and not the tone setter that you'd want right here to begin the game.
No, sir, you do not. So the Lions will line back up. Shuffle a little bit of shuffling back there in the backfield. And we're going to go with a single back set. Number 95, Zachary, is the quarterback. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff, kick it out to the flat, and the receiver gets it up to the 25-yard line.
That's just a great catch and run there by number 19.
Credit
Or
that catch,
79, my apologies.
credit that catch to number 79, Nathaniel Fortman.
Just to grab and then quickly turn upfield, basically essentially erasing the yardage that you lost due to penalty there. And now hopefully the Alliance can get their foot in the ground here and start driving down the field.
So you get some of that yardage back, almost a little bit past the original line. Let's see what Doherty has in store for this next snap. Doherty gets the snap, hands it off this time. Running back, nowhere to go. Immediately swarmed by Ravens in the backfield.
Number 94 for the Ravens back there in a hurry. That's Lewis. Lewis for the Ravens back there in a hurry, followed by the Cavalry.
Then that has been a sentence uttered almost every Sunday or at least in the previous Sundays. Lewis for the Ravens. Who knows? Maybe one day, one more time.
Who knows?
In the meantime, Doherty will line up in the backfield to take the snap. Running back to his right. Doherty gets the snap, drops back to pass, rolls out to his right, throws it out. That catch is made up by the 33-yard line, and he will go down there.
Great catch by Ryder Knight. Just absorbing the contact, holding on to the ball.
81, great catch, even greater helmet.
That's a pretty sick helmet down there.
Ravens driving a little bit. Makes this fourth down a little bit easier. Ball was placed at the 33-yard line, just about middle of the hash.
This Lions defense is not making it easy out here. Already an early situation here where it seems as though the Lions are going for it on fourth down here.
Quarterback takes a snap, design QB run. He draws. He runs to the right side. Tries to make a stiff arm or make a man miss. Wrapped up, thrown out of bounds. That was number 67, Jalen Newsome, in at quarterback.
And credits number 45 out there for this Lions defensive front for wrapping up and making sure that the QB didn't get any extra yardage than that was already gained. I believe that will be turnover on downs.
It's starting to look to be so. So an early turnover on downs here for the Lions will give way to the Ravens now in plus territory. Their quarterback, number 3, takes the snap, pitches it out. Number 41, he looks to throw it. He heaves it up, hit as he throws, and just a little high for wide receiver number 5, Hawkins.
If he had just an extra second there, I believe the receiver would have been wide open. That would have been an easy walk-in touchdown down there and an early tone setter for the Ravens.
Absolutely.
Credit to the defense for getting a hand in there and knocking the ball.
Ravens line back up. QB takes the snap. This time it's 41. He'll run up the left. Bowl into a guy, lowers the shoulder at around the 30. He'll go down around the 29-yard line. But that low blow, that lowering the shoulder, came around the 32-yard line, knocked it back a couple of yards.
And credit to Ramirez out there for this Lions defense for absorbing the contact and still stopping the QB enough to where he had enough time for help to arrive.
Still sticking with it. Your QB is Lucas Suchand as he stands back to take the snap at the 29-yard line. Pitches out to number 45. Running back runs out right. Weaving, tries to make a man miss. Did not go down there, and he'll eventually be brought down around the 18-yard line.
Good hard running there for number 45, Eric Forney Jr. for the Ravens. Just some strong-nosed running, staying upwards, falling forward, just grinding out that extra yardage.
Linebacker out of Louisville running, lined up in the running back position. Suchand will get the call from his coach. He'll spread the word to his offense. And they'll break the huddle, head up to the line, and we'll see this next snap.
Already this Ravens run game proving to be pretty intimidating for this Lions defense.
Let's see their pass game. See what they draw up here. Suchand running back to his left. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, looking deep, rolling out to his right, passing it, dropped at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times today. We've had a lot of balls get right into the chest of these players and just not being able to come up with it.
Just fall right to the turf. That pass was intended for Andrew Wyatt. He is a running back out of Gastonia, North Carolina. Second down here for the Ravens. 3 receivers up top, 1 down bottom, 2 running backs lined up in the backfield. Suchand takes a snap, hands it off, and he will be met almost at the line of scrimmage, maybe losing half a yard. Andrew Wyatt dropped in the backfield.
Connor McKieran, part of that duo back there in a hurry into the backfield to stuff out that run.
And now you're looking at third down for the Ravens here in plus territory, and I'm going for it here. It's 4 down territory.
Yeah, if you're the Ravens, it is 4 down territory. Worst case scenario, you turn it over on downs. The Lions will start on their own 20-yard line. So it's basically like a punt.
They're already backed up, maybe more than if it was a punt. As the Ravens offense heads up to the line. And That'll be number 41 taking the snap. Robinson, he'll look to pass, and he's going to take it up himself, making a man miss. Gets tackled, crunched even at about the 15-yard line.
I'll say the QB put a defender on skates before getting absolutely crunched down there by number 53 on this Lions defense.
Bryce Robertson, QB out of Roseville, California. And we've been seeing a lot of QBs coming out of California
Yeah,
today.
we certainly
Today,
have
today
been.
alone.
I would like to amend what I said back. I accidentally mentioned Connor McKieran was in the backfield. I was looking at the wrong roster. It was Andrew DeLauder and Michael Kowalski on that run that lost them about 2 yards.
So that brings up fourth down for the Ravens. Off that big run by Bryce Robertson.
And if you're the Ravens, I would say probably chuck it up to the end zone, try and get a guy down there, see if he can make some space, and give your QB a chance.
QB Lucas Suchand checks back into the game. And we will take a timeout on the field. And we'll take a timeout up here in the booth. Back here at AT&T Stadium, the Ravens, Suchand, taking the snap, but whistle blows this one dead, looking like the Ravens will be backed up 5 here.
And those are
Off the
those.
false start.
Yep, those are those drive killers we've seen time and time again as we've gone throughout the day. All it takes is one penalty to completely stall out your offense. And already on fourth down, going for it here, back them up a little bit more. It makes it a little bit tougher to convert here.
Yeah, it doesn't change the mind of the head coach to go for it here. It just makes it a little bit more difficult to convert.
If I'm the head coach of the Lions, I'm sitting pass.
Suchand in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, uncorks it to pass. Front of goal line intercepted by the Lions. He'll be dragged out of bounds at about looks to be the 16-yard line.
Montrell Haggerty was just sitting there, waiting for that lollipop.
Sitting on the goal line, you're already backed up. You were right. They were sitting past. You had to throw it up. You had to make something happen. Just unfortunately, you forced it.
The only difference between that being a interception and just a punt is that it will go against your QB stat line.
Yeah. So now we'll see this Lions offense coming back out.
Definitely not something you want to put on the film reel.
No, not at all. Lions offense will come back out to play once more tonight. Zachary Doherty. Not in a QB, it's Caden Antonopoulos in a quarterback for the Lions now.
Pretty neat last name.
Hands it off to his running back, who gets body slammed at the line of scrimmage. Running back number 30, Hawk Fulton.
You got the big boy in there busting through the line. That's number 66.
And that'll only give him about 1, if even, yards.
That was J.P. Brandenburg on the stop. Nose guard there.
This Ravens defense standing tall so far.
Yeah, so far this defensive line has staunched the running game for the Lions. Looks like they might need to go and find an ulterior or an alternative if they want to get anything going here.
Antonopoulos still in a quarterback. He's joined on his right side by number 30, Hawk Fulton. got a timeout down on the field. So while they go get their water, we'll step aside. Welcome back to AT&T Stadium. Second quarter just about to get underway. Antonopoulos takes a snap, throws it right, incomplete, right in front of the receiver, intended for what looks to be.
Well, we'll get the
I'm
name of
not
the.
sure. I'm not sure. The jersey up front is tucked, and I did not get to see the back of the nameplate.
Well, we'll get to know that in a second. That was just highly unfortunate. Just not enough juice on that pass. Kind of fluttered that one in there.
Came up just short.
Not enough gas on that ball.
It's going to be third down here for the Lions offense. They'll hustle up to the line. And what looks to be a. We're in the Wildcat formation. Running back taking the direct snap, trying to make something out of nothing. Tackled just about at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much there.
And all he did was get back to the line of scrimmage as he is swarmed by red jerseys down there. It's hard to tell who got there first. All I know is that they got there in bunches.
It'll be fourth down after the run by Montrell Haggerty, wide receiver out of Mesquite, Texas. And the Lions making a decision here.
They're most likely going to punt it away here. There's no way you
And
go for it on your own 15.
Yep, referee picked up the ball, and we'll move to the other end of the field. And as the referee moves to the other end of the field, we'll see you on the other end of that. All right. Welcome back to AT&T Stadium. The Ravens will take over at the 50-yard line. Two running backs in the backfield, two receivers up top, one down bottom. As the quarterback hands it off to Wyatt. Wyatt up the left side for a big gain. Still running after the tackle. Pushed out of bounds at around the 40-yard line. Give him the 41.
And that's a great strong run there. The Ravens look like they're starting to get it going on offense, just gelling both up front and in the backfield.
Andrew Wyatt with the big run up the left side. Ravens off to a hot start on this drive now. The Lions defense just trying to play it cool, maybe force another turnover. You know, they did it. They did it last time when they gave the ball to the Ravens in plus territory. Let's see if they can do it again.
You have a 10-yard gain right off the bat isn't easy to recoil from. Let's see how the Lions respond to this.
QB takes the snap, hands it off to the back. Back runs up the right side this time, scampering past the 40, hammered at about the 42-yard line, and down.
It's number 57, Jemick, for the Ravens here. Zachary Jemick. And just a good effort there trying to get around the edge. He just had a bunch of defensive ends waiting for him.
Just wasn't meant to be.
Unfortunately not.
Robertson will check in for the Ravens. Bryce Robertson, quarterback. And number 45, Eric Forney Jr.
Oh.
And the lights have gone out at AT&T Stadium in the middle of play.
Jerry didn't pay the light bill, I guess.
Seems like we have overstayed our welcome here at AT&T Stadium. The play has stopped on the field as they figure this one out. And while they figure this out, we will step aside and come back when the lights turn up. Welcome back to now lit AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas.
That was odd.
Bit of technical difficulties, a little odd, a little, Ravens versus Niners esque Super Bowl incident.
Yeah, I remember that back in 2012.
I remember that very vividly.
Luckily, they were able to get the lights back on here in a timely manner, and we can continue play here.
Only about a 5 minute delay, give or take. The Ravens still driving down the field in plus territory on the Lions side of the 50. You're looking at a three-man backfield here. What seems to be Bryce Robertson will take the snap. He'll look to pass it. He's looking way downfield. And a little bit of a push off
Oh,
there, but it doesn't matter. He catches it down at the 3.
what a snag there by the receiver. And what a throw by the quarterback. I know that was a bit of a lollipop. However, good on the receiver for being able to create that separation to be able to grab that pass.
Absolutely sure hands. A lot of contact, a lot of fighting, but at the end, receiver came up with that one.
I'm honestly surprised that the flag stayed in the pocket there. There was a lot of contact. There was a lot of pushing. If a pass interference was called, I don't think anyone would have been too upset about it. But letting them play on.
Ravens will snap this one at the 3, and the Lions are in bend, do not break mode. As they'll probably be looking to stack the box against these speedsters in the backfield. Robertson already had a designed QB run earlier.
And the Lions are already in significant danger of going down by 2 scores here.
Eric Forney Jr., the linebacker, is in at the running back position. He is massive. They might hand off to him, and they don't. They fake the handoff. It'll remain with the QB. He'll try and fight for every yard, and he's stopped down at around the 2/1.5 yard line.
At the end of that, a Lions player actually came up with the football. But forward progress had already been ruled stopped, so no fumble recovery there.
Yes, they will keep it in the Ravens' possession. Bryce Robertson on the keeper.
It looked to me like the QB was off the ground for a solid 5 seconds there before the pile eventually tilted over and a massive body slammed to the ground.
So the Ravens already have 6 on the board here, looking to add to it more as we get to just about 6 minutes in the second quarter. If you're the Lions, you don't want to go down 2 scores at this point in the game.
No, absolutely not. And we've seen it a couple times throughout the day. You get into that hole and going into the second half, it's hard to climb out of. Not impossible. We've seen it almost done twice now. And maybe the Lions would be the ones to do it if they do go down 2 scores here before the half.
Your backfield is Bryce Robertson, Andrew White, and Eric Forney Jr. As Robertson takes the snap, he'll hand off to Wyatt, and he'll go nowhere. Stopped at the line, no gain. In fact, looks to be maybe have lost half a yard.
This Lions defense is standing tall, as you mentioned. Bend don't break, and they're bending right now, but there's no signs of breakage.
Third down for the Ravens. They'll bring Robertson back into the huddle after getting the message from coach. Robertson will break the huddle. Same backfield, Robertson, Wyatt, and Forney Jr. Robertson takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Wyatt, throws it out into the flat, across the goal line, touchdown, Ravens. Caught by number 21, Paxton Lerner out of Chicago, Illinois.
Great play design there by the Ravens, getting the QB out of the pocket, rolling around and throwing it up only where his receiver can get it.
And Paxton Lerner became the teacher there, teaching the defensive back who he is and what he can do. Ravens will line up for the point after try. And they're off to a hot start this game. 2 of their possessions ending in points. They'll look to tack on some more here for the point after try. QB breaks the huddle. And it looks like it'll be number 3 taking the snap, Lucas Suchand. He'll fake the handoff to Wyatt, drop back to pass, roll it to his left. Defender right there, hit as he throws, intercepted in the end zone. We haven't seen this today. Returner down at around the 10, 11-yard line.
And just the play just blew up in the QB's face. You had number 51 for the Lions bearing down. That's Andrew DeLauder bearing down on the QB. He had pressure all in his face and ultimately threw the interception.
Yeah, he rolled out and the defender was right there, nowhere to really go with it but forward. And as the Lions get prepared to go back on offense, we will step aside. Back here at the Offense Defense All-American Bowl at AT&T Stadium. Lions going back on offense to try and answer the Ravens score. Number 12 in a quarterback, that's Antonopoulos. He'll be in some trouble trying to make something happen, going around to the right side, heaving the ball just out of the outstretched hand of a defender. Intended receiver in the area, no intentional grounding will be necessary.
And there comes a point, and I understand these athletes are young and they're going to learn, but there's a point in time where you just have to decide to throw the ball away. Quarterback Antonopoulos almost put the ball into danger. Luckily, it was just out of reach of the DB.
Intended receiver was Nathaniel Fortman.
Now, if you're the Lions, you have to start getting something going early because you don't want to find yourselves in an even deeper hole than you already are in.
Go back to what you know, trying to establish the run. Antonopoulos awaits the snap. Takes the snap, hands it right off, and running back is going nowhere.
You got about maybe half a yard to a yard.
Running back Hawk Fulton with about a 2-yard run. So now it's quickly third down here for the Lions.
Well, it is still third down and 10. It could have been third down a lot worse had the QB been sacked on that first play. So credit to this Lions offense for keeping themselves in it. However, honestly, a very critical third down here early in the game.
Same backfield of Antonopoulos and Fulton. Antonopoulos takes the snap, drops back to pass. Looking to his left, he throws. And just over the hands of his receiver, 81, that is...
I believe that's Ryder Knight.
That is Ryan Knight.
Ryder Knight.
Ryder Knight. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. They could quickly stalled out, quick 3 and out here for the Lions. I don't imagine that they're going to go for it here, and it looks like they're not going to. Deep in their own territory.
Time ticking away here in the first half. Just about 2 minutes to go, and we will step aside while they set up the ball. We are back at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, as the first half draws to a close soon. Ravens back on offense, and you don't want to allow any more offense if you're the Lions. You want to have a solid end to the half here to bring some defensive momentum into the locker room as the quarterback pitches it back to Wyatt. He gets a couple of yards, give him about 2 yards, and that is all he will get.
A good credit to the Lions defense for getting there in a hurry to swallow up Wyatt for just a short gain there.
That looked good from the beginning. He had some clear space after the pitch from Lucas Suchand. However, it was not meant to be only a short gain.
The
Clock
Lions defense quickly rallied around, was able to see the run and rally to the ball.
clock rolling here in Arlington, just under 30 seconds. And the Ravens seem to be in no hurry to get up to the line as the clock dwindles down to below 20 seconds.
I think the Ravens are going to probably run one more play here. I don't know how aggressive they're going to be, but we're going to see here.
I think they're content with taking it to the half. And Lucas Suchan takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Looking downfield, he'll just tuck it and run, and he'll get slammed down at about the 35-yard line.
Oof. That was a great tackle there.
And that will end the first half here in Arlington of this last game of the All-American Bowl at AT&T Stadium. We'll be right back here on the other end of the halftime. Welcome back to AT&T Stadium for the second half of this final game of Office's All-American Bowl Week. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it off to that is Forney Jr. and he loses it. Ball is stripped, and it's looking like the Lions will come up with it, and they will.
We've seen that a couple times today where teams are just having trouble with the handoff, and that's not an exemption.
Fannin trying to do a little too much there. Ball hits the turf. That's live. And the Lions will now have it in plus territory with a chance to tie things up here.
This is an absolutely incredible opportunity for the Lions starting here at the Ravens 25-yard line. Just 5 yards out from the red zone.
Your backfield will consist of Doherty, Kowalski, and that is number 30. And Doherty's going to heave it up to the right side of the end zone. That one's short. They're just going to bat it down at what looked like was a very, very easily intercepted ball. They'll just bat away.
Now, the whole thing about that is I love the receiver's instincts to run up to the ball and try and knock it away from the defenders or try and make a play himself. But if he had actually stood right where he had ran in from, that would have been an easy walk-in touchdown for him. I'm not discrediting, and I love the fundamentals there. Just something to think about.
Absolutely.
Like a Noah Brown type of catch off that Hail Mary.
Tip into the end zone for a touchdown. Lions will bring out some new personnel now, as it'll be second down. And this is Detroit's best. This is the Lions' best opportunity so far tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Set up in plus territory right away. You want to capitalize on this.
Doherty takes a snap, drops back to pass. Fulton blocks, rolls out to his right, tosses it up, and that amazing catch at the 10-yard line by number 80. He's the new guy they just subbed in, Montreal Haggerty.
Ooh, check his gloves.
He climbed that ladder.
He might have some stay stuck on them. Because that was a beautiful catch there by Haggerty.
Lions in great shape now as they're going to start. They're going to be taking snaps from the Ravens 10-yard line.
That's a play of a whole 15 yards right there.
And if you're the Lions right now, you're feeling it. You're feeling that juice, that energy flowing through you. You just got out of the half. You force a fumble. Now you're pushing the Ravens so far back into their own territory. Yeah, and threatening to score. Doherty will take the snap. Back with him is Kowalski and Fulton. Quick little drop off to Fulton, who is met at the line and will go nowhere.
That defense is stingy. Number 66 there for the Ravens, one of the first to contact. That's J.P. Brennenberg, the big fella up front.
And let's see what the Lions draw up here on second down. Didn't lose any yardage, so you're back to square one, just one down short. The Lions subbing somebody off the field right now as they'll head up to the line. And it'll be Fulton will first go out wide and then go back up top to the right side. You have Kowalski in the backfield. 67 taking the snap. Will rush all the way to the left side. There's nobody there. Now there is, but it won't matter. He rushes it in for a touchdown. That is number 67, Jalen Newsome, defensive back out of Suffolk, Virginia.
And good blocking up front by this offensive line to spring Newsome there, allowing him to get around the corner, and then good by Newsome to be able to avoid the contact there and just waltz into the end zone.
And there was nobody there until he hit the 1 yard line.
Yeah, at that point, it's basically going to be impossible to stop a touchdown there.
At that point, it's me versus you, and I want that 6.
Absolutely.
Lions will head to the line for the point after try now. Looks like it'll be the same set they had before. It's going to be Kowalski and Newsome back there in the backfield. Fulton out wide, down left. Direct snap, same play, and just short of the same result.
That was a great run there by Newsom. The same play almost worked for a second time. If
Driv-
the young fella had just has to learn to extend the ball, he was right there. If he had just reached the ball, I think he would have broke the plane on that one.
driven out of bounds at the last moment. That's got to sting a little bit if you're the Lions. You want to take control of this game, you want to take the lead, and you came up just short.
Well, they'll have to wait on that one.
So now the Ravens will get it at their own 30-yard line. If you're the Ravens, what are you scheming up? You gonna try and play a little conservative, try and get down the field slowly, or are you thinking measure of revenge is up for debate here?
I think they're going to be aggressive right away. Maybe a little reversal end around.
You're looking at a backfield of Robertson, Wyatt, and Forney Jr. as Robertson will take the snap, but the play is whistled dead before it could even begin. Let's see what the referee has to say.
Looks like it might be too many men. I saw the ref down there counting. Yep.
And it looks like it will get a illegal shift.
No, I believe that was too many men on the offense. Because I saw him counting down there. And then that's the too many men signal.
I have to brush up on my hand signals. Have not refed since freshman year of college. Some flag football refereeing. Ravens will line back up. Forney Jr. will take the handoff. He'll run to the right and find absolutely nothing. Tackle down there at the 25-yard line, right on top of the NFL shield.
Montrell Haggerty Montrell laying the absolute boomstick, almost knocked the ball free there.
Lucky to get that one back. Forney Jr. has already fumbled one today.
He was close to fumbling another one right there.
Second and long here for the Ravens. And they looks like they've been doing the same backfield sets, whether it be Fulton back there with Forney Jr., whether it be him back there with Wyatt, whether it's all three back there. And here's the same Wyatt and Fulton back there, or with Robertson, or sorry rather, Forney Jr. back there with Robertson, as Robertson is tackled for a loss.
That's number 51, Andrew DeLauder, once again wreaking havoc back there in the backfield, making the QB very uncomfortable and honestly staunching this run game.
Makes a second and long even longer now. Third and very long here for the Ravens.
This Lions defense, after scoring, standing tall here.
Ravens feeling it slip away a little bit. They'll see what they can cook up here. As they'll Robertson explaining the play to the huddle. And now breaking the huddle, heading up to the line. Robertson will be joined in the backfield by Wyatt. And this play is whistled dead. And we will take a timeout here at AT&T Stadium. Yeehaw, we move on. Back here at AT&T Stadium for the we are entering the closing moments here of the third quarter. Robertson drops back to pass, now scrambling, dumps it off to Wyatt, who is met immediately in the backfield, running,
Oh,
escaping, but soon getting grabbed of the jersey. Will not go down. Eventually brought down all the way back at around the 9-yard line.
there's that man again. Andrew DeLauder there, able to pull Wyatt back and stop him way in the backfield there for a significant loss.
Wyatt thought he slipped free there for a second, but DeLauder was like, no, you come back here. I'm finishing this right now.
Looks like the Ravens will punt the ball away.
And while the officials set that one up, we will step aside for a moment. Welcome back to Arlington, Texas for the waning moments here of the third quarter in the offense defense All American Bowl. Lions will head up to the line for their second drive this half. Antonopoulos still the quarterback for the Lions. He'll be joined in the backfield by his old friend Hawk Fulton. Antonopoulos takes a snap, fakes the handoff, passes it out quick to the outside, and they're ruling it a late incompletion. Ravens thought they had the quick takeaway.
Players a little understandably a little upset. The cameraman down there might have gone the way of that play there.
Lions a little bit of a reprieve here. So now it's second and long for the Lions as they head up to the line. Antonopoulos talking to Kowalski about his positioning. Sending him and another guy out wide. It'd be him and Fulton alone in the backfield. Antonopoulos takes the snap, drops back to pass. Quick pass just off the hands of a defender. That was dangerous.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely a dangerous pass there. You can't be throwing it. You can't be lollipopping in the middle of the field, especially with two defenders there ready to pounce on it.
Antonopoulos threw a little too much zip on that one. It'll be third and long now for the Lions. Minute 40 here to go in the third quarter. Lions looking to avoid a 3 and out here. They'll head up to the line. And it looks to be your bread and butter backfield. It's going to be Fulton and Antonopoulos. Getting a little bit of confusion settled down from his receivers outside. Antonopoulos prepared for the snap. Takes a snap. Drops back to pass. Out to the left. Incomplete. Pass intended for what looks to be number 88, Christian Hughes.
And there was just not enough time for that play to develop. Immediately after the ball was snapped, you already had three defenders right in the QB's face.
And Fulton can only handle probably one guy at a time. You have another free rusher.
Yeah, despite having two offensive linemen sitting right there, the defensive line was not being denied.
And we've been seeing a lot of that today. A lot of free rushers right in the QB's face at any given time, just disrupting. And that's credit to these defenders, these incredible D linemen and defensive ends doing their job, sticking to their fundamentals.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just been the story for this Lions offense, just not really able to get anything going.
And unfortunately, there's been a lot of story for a lot of QBs today. Ravens are prepared to take their next possession of the second half as we're in the waning seconds of the third quarter. 20 seconds left until the end. It'll be Suchan taking the snap. He is calling for the snap. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Looking long, rolling out to his right. Still rolling out. Pump fakes now, keeps it himself. Runs it up to the 20, to the 25. Met at around the 27-yard line by some force.
Yeah, Ryder Knight laying down a bit of a good hit there, knock the QB out of bounds and save any more yardage from being gained.
And that was an interesting tackle. It just bumped off him and out of bounds. There was no wrap up. It just bumped into him and stumbled out of bounds. That'll bring an end to the third quarter here at AT&T Stadium. We're entering the final quarter against for the Ravens versus the Lions. We'll be right back here. Second down here for the Ravens as we begin the fourth quarter. Knotted up here 6-6. Suchan prepares to take the snap. Calls for it. Drops back to pass. Looking long. Jumping around the backfield. Scrambling. Elusive. Gets through the line. Makes another man miss. And is eventually brought down at about the 30-yard line. Thought he was good as gone back there.
Yeah, but the shiftiness of the QE back there, just absolutely making that play.
Slipped right through the defenders, bearing down on him. Sort of Carson Wentz-esque type of escape there.
That was a great job by the QB to turn a busted play into positive yardage.
Suchan will run to the sideline and get the play call from coach. And he'll head back to his team to spread the word. Ravens been pretty efficient on offense moving the ball.
Yeah, all game they've been pretty efficient in getting the ball down the field, whether it be on the ground. The air tech hasn't really been there, but at least the running game is consistent for them today.
Suchan prepares for the snap. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks deep, throws it in the middle. His receiver is there. He catches it. He's running around the 40, up to the 40, almost 45, tossed out around the 44, 43-yard line. Credit that reception to number 5, it looks like, or number 15 rather, Dominic Hernandez.
No, that's Hawkins out there who
Oh,
caught the pass, is able to turn that upfield for a nice gain here by the Ravens before being chucked out of bounds out there.
I missed it because it's an 05 on my roster. I read it as 85. Vaughn Hawkins, wide receiver out of Morley, Iowa. So Ravens driving right now. Second and 10, or second and short rather, my mistake. Suchan with Forney Jr. in the backfield. He'll hand it off to him. He's met immediately by Lions defenders. And first one can't corral, and the second one, it'll take 3 to bring him down.
I'm surprised they let that go for that long. Forward progress, I felt, had long been stopped. With DeLauder there, eventually breaking free from DeLauder, but being immediately met by Haggerty out there.
He tried. He did his best. He was just a couple more seconds away from breaking free and maybe getting some positive yardage. Unfortunately, dropped back for a loss. Robertson will check back in, and they'll run with 2 quarterbacks out there. Bryce Robertson and Lucas Suchand on the field at the same time. Both quarterbacks listed on the Ravens roster. It looks like Suchand was the one who delivered the play call.
Two massive stops by this Lions defense after giving up that significant gain over the middle to
Wyatt will check out. Your backfield will be Suchand, Forney Jr., and Robertson. Fakes the handoff to both of them and runs right up the middle for a gain of give him about 3 or 4.
as I mentioned before, after that great gain over the middle by Hawkins, the Lions defense just stands tall and doesn't allow really anything afterwards.
Not at all. It's going to be third down here for the Ravens.
The Ravens, who we thought were starting to drive, now kind of sputtering out, as I think they're actually punting the ball away.
It looks to be so. That was fourth down. Ravens will punt the ball away. We will be right back here at AT&T Stadium. Posted on the Instagram. Did interviews. We're back here at AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas, as the Lions will take their next possession of the half here. Little under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
See, I don't know if it's a scoreboard error or if we just misread everything, but it currently reads 6-6. But I thought that the Ravens were at 12.
Not a clue. It's everyone's down to their limit here as Doherty will take the snap, throw it out wide to the right. That's
Ooh.
67 with a nice little spin move there. Jalen Newsome with a little spin move for a huge gain.
Great little spin move there by Newsom to get him that around the Ravens defender for some extra yardage there.
Lions up quick to the line. Doherty still in at quarterback. It'll be Kowalski and Fulton with him in the backfield. Doherty takes the snap, drops back to pass, rolls out to his right, uncorks it, and oh my goodness, caught between two defenders. He has wide open space, green grass. He is eventually hawked down by Forney Jr., who saves the touchdown.
That was just an incredible catch there by Newsom, grabbing it over two DBs and then pulling it upfield for a monster gain down inside the 5-yard line.
It'll now be first and goal for the Lions after that back-to-back chunk plays by number 67, Jalen Newsome. He so far has been a bit of a game breaker in terms of offensive production.
Yeah, Jalen Newsome has definitely been the go-to guy here in this Lions offense. Two back-to-back massive plays have the Lions inside the 5-yard line, knocking on the door of the end zone.
Jalen Newsome, playing receiver, listed as a defensive back on the roster. Doherty gets the snap, hands it off to Hawk Fulton. Hawk Fulton, met at the 5-yard line, will get nothing.
So once again, the Ravens in bend but don't break territory. Haven't
Fourth,
seen them really tested so far in this situation.
3.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Newsome will check back into the game, along with what appears to be number 7, Schmidt, Blake Schmidt. Lions will be at the 5-yard line, and your backfield is Hawk Fulton and Jalen Newsome. Hawk Fulton taking the snap. Never mind, that'll be Jalen Newsome taking the snap. Looked like how he scored earlier. He'll get to the 5, to the 4, struggling at the 3. Pyle will push him back at around the 3-yard line, and he'll get no more than that.
One of the linemen got rolled up there at the end. He had no idea it was coming.
A little bit of a struggle to get Jalen Newsome up off the ground after the tackle. Clock still running here in the fourth quarter. Doherty will check back into quarterback, as well as Kowalski.
With how the game has been, this seems like it might be what that is. It might be the game right here with how both offenses have been operating. If the Ravens, the Lions score here, you're essentially pushed against the wall.
Blake Schmidt will sub out as we tick just below 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Lions knocking on the doorstep. Backfield will be Doherty and Fulton. Montreal Haggerty out wide. Doherty will take snap, roll out. He looks carried himself. He will be wrapped up immediately. Nowhere to go for him. He will be tackled by Chapman, number 11, Gage Chapman.
Credit to this defense for not breaking so far. They had this as close as the 4-yard line. Now they're all the way back to the 7.
Gage Chapman, tight end out of Sierra Vista, Arizona. There for the sack, or at least the tackle for a loss. And now the Lions are pushed back to around the 7-8 yard line. And what seemed like prime opportunity for the Lions is slowly slipping away from them, as there's 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Kowalski subbed off. It'll be Doherty and Fulton in the backfield. Doherty takes a snap, looks to throw, looks left, throws it up, and off the hands of the defender. It was right in his lap, and he dropped it.
He threw a little breadbasket balls right there for the defender and just couldn't come down with it right off his hands. You got to grab that if you're a DB and it hits you right in the chest. Not often does a QB make a mistake like that.
Time ticks below 30 seconds. Make that 20 seconds. 20 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter.
So now, yeah, like you said, that opportunity for the Lions has slipped away. I believe they went for it on 4th down. Clock's still running. It's about to run out.
And the clock reads triple zeros. I was about to note that no whistle had been blown. Now there's a whistle blown. And coach will come onto the field to discuss with the referees about the time. Brief discussion.
You got to wonder, what is going on down there?
And they flipped a coin.
They're going to overtime, or is this...
And it's looking like we will be getting an overtime period here in Arlington, Texas for the first time tonight.
Well, they say the best for last here.
It just had to happen in the last game, huh?
Mm-hmm. I believe they might be doing college rules OT. Because I saw the referee mouth 2 point.
Trading 2 point conversion tries, it seems. And it looks like the Lions have won the toss. They will get the first crack at it. The offense previously left the field, now coming back on.
It seems like everyone may have checked out right now.
There looks like a lot of confusion down on the field as the Lions line up.
Substitutions being made. Jackson the third on the field.
And no QB in for the Lions. It'll be Kowalski and Newsome back there in the backfield. There is a flag thrown. Let's see what this one's all about.
Are we getting another too many men?
It looks to be that way. That'll back them up a little bit, and we'll try it again. Or we'll try it for the first time.
They didn't even tell us what the penalty was about.
Lions will huddle up and head back to the line.
They just said, figure it out yourself.
Same
Use your
formation
context
they were
clues.
showing before the penalty occurred. Kowalski in the backfield with Newsome. Jalen Newsome about to take the snap. Jalen Newsome takes the snap, holds on to it. This is how he scored last time. Jalen Newsome out to the right side. Kowalski lays a block. Newsome just steps out of bounds at around what looks to be the 6-yard line.
What a block thrown there by Kowalski. Absolutely decking the linebacker coming downhill.
And it looked like when he laid that block down, that would have been it. That was going to be it. He was going to take it to the house, but not to be.
So that was, go ahead.
Now we will swap sides, it looks like. The Ravens will come back onto the field.
So the Ravens turned out to have a crack at it.
Showing the same formation as they have been. Lucas Suchland in at quarterback. You have out there Forney Jr. You have what looks to be Fulton, or Robertson rather. Robertson. Your backfield is Lucas Suchand and Eric Forney Jr. This one, for all the marbles, Suchand takes the snap, pitches it out to Forney Jr. Forney Jr. out to the left. Forney Jr. to the goal line. Forney Jr. in for the score. 2 points. And that will do it. Everyone will meet at the Star. Ravens take this one. Only took one OT to do it. And that'll do it here for us in the booth here. I'm Caleb.
I'm Cade.
And this has been the All-American Bowl presented by Offense Defense at AT&T Stadium. Good night.
Good night.